Hey everybody, guess what? No new footage. I know. Usually I do a couple of tours every year for Armed Forces Entertainment performing for the military, and it's taken me to some really cool places. That wasn't a pun. It is now, but it wasn't. Sometimes people focus on the really attractive countries that we go to.
This is the Bahamas!
And it's Venice in the summer, which is not my favorite time to be here. They say, oh, you're so lucky. And we are, but there's also the combat zones. As comics, we're used to maybe doing 2 shows a night in the same venue. But when you get into a combat zone, sometimes it's 3 shows a day or more. So they'll pick you up in a helicopter and they'll fly you out to a base.
I don't know how your voice got that high pitch. What is your job? You stand in the tower and make that noise when something bad happens?
You'll do a show while the guys are eating breakfast, and then you'll fly to another place and do a lunch show, and then another third show in the evening. For some little kid from Southeast Texas hanging out of the back of a helicopter over Kabul, it's pretty badass. It's a wealth of experiences you can't get anywhere else. Like, I've driven a tank and shot all the stuff that you can shoot.
We're gonna do a quick and brief, orient you to the range, as we say. Today we're gonna be firing the M9 pistol that I have right here and the M4 rifle.
And it's more about the camaraderie, really, because you're hanging out with guys who haven't seen anything that's not military in quite a while. I appreciate being able to go and experience those things in exchange for the one skill set I actually have. We were in Iraq, and it was me and Matt, and JR, and BC, and Sam.
I came in like a wrecking ball!
One of the little bases we went to, so we flew out the night before to this little forward operating base in the middle of nowhere, and we had a show the next day. Well, we got there and stuff happens, right? Like just miscommunication or logistical, it's Iraq. We're comics. Where we ended up, there were no blankets or pillows, or we were just in a tent.
And Matt, they brought plastic in case you want to suffocate yourself.
So we're all in there, a bunch of comics making the best of a situation. I don't think any of us really slept well or much that night at all.
This is important. We're not blaming him, okay? You guys back off. How easily distracted.
Go hide under the covers.
I don't know if you... Hide under the covers.
But when you find yourself in those situations where things are less than perfect, it helps to have some people you like around you.
Yeah. I remember syrup sandwiches and crumb allowances. What you say they do my taste buds. I get weak.
So one of the shows, I think this is in Kuwait, BC had brought his loop pedal. There was an auto tune that was part of his effects pedal, and JR found it while he was on stage.
All right, y'all, this first joke I'm gonna tell you, it's called Always Lost My Business. When I was driving my Corolla, I saw Bilbo. He said, Always try something different, so I went to Wendy's. He went to Wendy's. Got himself a single with some French fried potato. Sometimes he get that salad with the tiny ass tomato. That ain't the point of my joke. What's your point? Always lost my business. Do you believe you laughed at that joke? See, this started as a joke. I turned it into a tax deduction. That's how you work the system.
I miss all of this. Hopefully I will be back out on the road very soon. I am going to Colorado this week for my birthday. So click like or subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with new footage, definitely from the drone. certainly from the mountains, probably some stuff from around a campfire.